On today's episode of MotoCheez.
So I picked myself up one of these slim Android USB head units for my mini truck, and I was so impressed by it I figured I'd do a little review, so here you go. So this is how the radio comes, no frills. That's it. Manual. So these brackets are those little pull shades. I just had extra. I mean, whatever you have you can use, because it comes with these brackets, which are kind of big because it's meant to fit in the dash. I already did a trial run, so it should work. So my Android radio installation is finally complete. The radio itself is a little less than 2 inches thick, but you're probably going to need a little more than 2.5 inches because of whatever you have sticking out of the back, like your antenna, the GPS. But it's still pretty thin. This is just under 7 wide and a little over 4 high. The connections on the back are all little plug-in connections. You can plug in what you need, because if you want an amp, you're going to want to plug that in, of course. I don't have an amp, so I have just speaker connections, and that, of course, is the GPS. I chose to mount my reverse camera up here instead of in the back, only because for me it's better so I could see what's in the bed and see what's behind me all at once. I'll show you the inside view. So as you can see, this is a small truck interior. That radio is pretty small and compact. First thing I want to show you is I put this switch right here so I could do reverse instead of having to put it in reverse, just so I can see what's in the bed or turn it on whenever I want. It's just more convenient. I can still wire it to the reverse light, which is the way it's supposed to be wired, but I'd rather have a manual switch to look at it. I have not found a way through the system itself to turn it on. Let's see what it takes to boot once it's all booted up for the first time and installed. Bam. That's fast. I'm going to put it like I'm in reverse, starting the car to back out. Most of these Android radios that I've purchased in the past, you have to wait for Android, the whole system, to boot before you can get a reverse camera. This, I did notice, didn't do that. So let's see. See how long it takes. Bam. Wow, that is fast. That is like super fast. Alright, so let's go through some of the menus now. The first one, of course, is navigation. I'll tell you what that little dot is in a minute. That takes a little time to boot. There, and it's up. So there's a map. What I really like this for is I have a Japanese domestic import, and it's in kilometers. Now I have a speedometer. So I'm going to install a speedometer app too, so it looks more like a speedometer. I mean, this is the basic GPS that they give you with all the Chinese radios. So that's that. The radio itself, it loads up pretty quick. This is mute, the power button. Sensitivity's average, you know, for picking up stuff. Then we have Bluetooth, which is fairly easy to connect like every other Chinese radio, so I don't think I'll go through all that. You have A2DP and AVRCP. So it's pretty good. It reads all your stuff. This is connected to Spotify, which is on my S20. So that works very good too. Then we have music, if you want to put a USB dongle in here. So I plugged in a little USB. This is an adapter. with some music on it and video on it. Let's see if it picks it up. I wonder if it's looking for the other one. Oh, that's picking it up. Took a little bit to scan it. So that does work. I wonder why it didn't work in this one. Or maybe it will, but I didn't wait long enough. There's quite a bit of songs on here, so that worked. How about video? I put one of my videos on there. Guess it doesn't see that.
On today's episode of MotoCheez.
Well, that worked. Wonder why it's not working on the video thing. Power, which is mute unless you hold it. Home, which is home. Back button, which is back button. Volume up and down, which on this radio, I don't know if it's on all of them, it's not very good. Like the sensitivity for the button on up and down is like not very good. Sometimes it doesn't work, which leads me to this. Like you can do the volume on the screen, and you can drag this around and put it anywhere you want. That's in the settings that I'll show you later that we're going to go into. Apps. Comes pre-installed with all these apps. Bluetooth we went into. Local music we went into. NetNavi, or navigation, which we've already done. Radio. We did the radio. Video. AV in. If you want to hook a external DVD player, or if you want to hook some kind of a gaming system to this, it has the RCA jacks, which I don't have. Two different settings, DVD or other. Calculator. Guess that's handy sometimes. Calendar, which everybody has their calendars. Car setting. This is the only sound setting you have, which is basically an equalizer. I couldn't find anything for fader, for front and rear, or left and right. So according to this book, there is a fader and balance. I didn't see it. And let me look again. Settings. I don't see it anywhere. There is nothing else. Like this. This is showing that right there to go equalizer back to the surround thing, but that's not on there. System information shows all the system information. I can't figure out Android and MCU. I imagine you probably have to do through USB. Factory settings. 8888 is the actual code, and you can change all these settings and then some. That's a whole different video itself. Car settings. Set in the car. Like I said, I don't have OBD, so it doesn't do anything for me. Android settings, basic Android settings it goes into. Won't get into that. GPS detection. I'm in my garage. It does pick up a few satellites, but doesn't look like it's doing it today. It does work pretty good though. Device port. This shows you what all the pins are, but it doesn't tell you the color of the wire. So be nice if they showed you the wire color. Volume setting is what everything should be default when you boot on. Brightness is brightness. Just ask you which GPS app you want to use default when you hit GPS. That's how you teach your steering wheel commands. Logos. I chose mini because I have a mini truck. Float bar. That's what that is. That's in other settings. I like that because these are wonky. Handbrake off. Usually when you wire this, you wire handbrake so you cannot watch a video unless your handbrake is up and on. This, you can turn it so it doesn't ask for that. Screen setting. I don't know what forced mode is. I don't actually know what that is. Reverse setting. Not mute off. That's so if you're playing a radio and you hit reverse. Default, it'll turn off your radio or whatever you're listening to, music. This will keep it so it keeps playing. So I turn that on. And that's it for that section. And Chrome, of course, Chrome. And then downloads, file manager. There's your iGo. Manual for this radio itself, which isn't too bad. Tells you all about it. Maps, which is Google Maps. Phone link. I gotta open a team app on my phone. Let me see if I can do that. So this is the team app. So you can see on my screen now. I can't record at the same time, but it works. Play Store settings we went into, that's Android settings. USB DVR. And then YouTube, of course. Check this guy out. He's pretty good, I think.
Do you love boating?
Commercials.
Freedom?
To sail in good luck, American made, it is my truck.
Oh yeah. And it does lag once in a while when you're changing the volume up and down, but it plays the videos pretty flawless. I mean, there was no lag or anything, and it's a good 1080p video. So I was pretty impressed with that. When you pull down, it has that stuff. And notifications, oh, that's notifications. All just basic Android stuff. If you're looking for something that's small, it's not waterproof, but you can still put it in, say, a razor. Something that you want to just put on the dash instead of in the dash. I think it's pretty good. Let's go to Play Store and see if we can get some kind of a speedometer app. So this is the Ulysses speedometer app, which is free with ads, but at least it won't pop up like the last one. You can set this digital or analog, maximum miles per hour, all that stuff. Alright, we set the Ulysses app as default start. Now as long as we get a GPS, we're good, huh?
Yeah, there it is.
Ooh, I thought I was going to have to reboot.
It's changing all different kinds of colors.
I see it. So now it comes down to, what do I think of the unit? The pros and the cons. The pros definitely the price and the thickness of the unit, because I was looking for something I could mount on the dash, and everything else is so deep This doesn't have a huge amount of storage or RAM, but it works. And I mean, you have these external USB. You can put something on for some extra storage. The cons are this volume control. I don't know what's up with that. I think it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. And the other cons, it doesn't have a balance or a fader control. But if you're looking for a cheap radio, I mean $88, it's pretty loaded with features. And it does not disappoint, I don't think. Not for that money. I paid for it with my own money. It wasn't given to me. Even if it was given to me, I'm always 100% honest. That's right.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hit that bell if you want new notifications on new videos. Links for products used are in the description and on MotoCheez.com. Thanks for watching.